Hey guys, Auspicious'Aussie here, and welcome to episode 17 of the My Son the Traitor series. Today's episode, as you can see, we do have a new it's not a new face cam, but it's a better face cam, higher quality, green screen, and as you can see me. You can see me properly. There's nothing in the background, and it's nice and neat down in the left-hand corner. Which is hopefully nicer for the presentation, and it looks a little bit better. I've also slightly tweaked the microphone setting as well, so it's potentially looking a little bit better. And I'm also slightly more zoomed in. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below, and obviously drop a like on the video as well if you think it is a good step forward. Anyway, today's episode, we're going into week 2 here of September. We started the house shows at the end of last episode, so if you haven't seen that, go back and check that out. It's something I haven't used probably since TEW 2016, if I'm being perfectly honest. We've also got this signing here to accept as well, and that's going to be Tracy Smothers. So we'll get Tracy in here. He will come in as a heel because he will be teaming up with Little Guido for this fully blooded Italians storyline we've got going on. And there's a few signings here as well. I'm wondering if they're the WWF. Anyway, let's have a look. So another house show. We actually got more fans for this one. It wasn't the Mid-Atlantic though, so I guess that kind of makes sense. We got just under $12,000 in ticket sales, which, I don't know, it kind of seems like not a lot of money, if that makes sense. Anyway, it really doesn't matter. We're going to keep running them. Hopefully they will actually develop our guys a little bit more. World Wrestling All-Stars is apparently an Australian company based in Queensland. Is that a real company? I honestly don't know. If that was a real company, I have no idea. It very well might be, or might have been. And they're actually signing Jerry Lawler, UV Guerrera, and Conan. And then we also had another house show as well. So they're going to keep coming up. And we got the broken wrist there for The Rock as well. Anyway, we'll keep advancing. We'll get into our Nitro. Going to add Little Guido into a tag team with Tracy Smothers as well. So they'll essentially be a new heel tag team for us to use. Last episode, we also had the injury to our current World Tag Team Champions, which really sucks, if I'm being perfectly honest, because now we have to sort of work out exactly what we're going to do in relation to them. We've got Tatanka as well. Tatanka's actually not too bad. He might have been one that I could have brought in, similar to a Nathan Jones. Jones any good? No. He is most definitely not. He is Australian though. So it makes sense that that company would actually sign him. Anyway, off topic. Before we go into that, let's quickly add... I'll see if there's actually any team for them. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I think... Let me actually go back and have a look. So Little Guido. Okay, so it's an ECW specific FBI. But what I'll do is I'm gonna call them the fully blooded Italians. Pretty much just like that. So we'll do one for now. There's obviously going to be future sort of teams with them as well. All right, so fully blooded Italians, 100 experience as well on them, former ECW tag team champions as well. But they are both currently considered unimportant. Can Tracy cut a promo? Probably an acceptable one. Guido's pretty good, so I think what we'll do with them on this show is literally just have them cut an angle, to be honest. And we pretty much might do that every single time. It's good to see the economy is up to a 93. Wrestling industry is not doing too well. Where are we going to go for this one? Where's the hotbed? I know one of them is a hotbed. I just can't remember which one it is. Yeah, Mid-South Coliseum, I think it is. And based on the I mean, Tennessee State Fairgrounds as well, but yeah. So yeah, we're going to run in the Mid-South Coliseum. Slightly, we're expecting over 10,000 fans. So it'll be a sellout. We're going to miss out on a little bit of monetary gain. Maybe we don't. Maybe we go for a 10,000 seater. I mean, it's pretty close. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, so we could go for like the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Even the Jacksonville Veterans Memorial got slightly more capacity. American Airlines 16,000. Cajun Dome 12,000. We'll stick with it. We'll stick with it. I don't think we really have any meddling, to be honest, so I might try and pull a cheeky rib onto Dean Jablonski. Did not work. Frustrating, but it is what it is. All right. So, let's move on. Main event. What am I going to do for the main event? I think we're going to have DDP take on... I feel like it's got to be someone... Actually, we'll go Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes is going to have his first loss. It's going to be tainted. And it's essentially not going to be due to... Oops. Again, had another comment. I do appreciate all you guys' comments. It does help me out. Accidentally ticking decisive win for an outside interference finish, therefore negates the outside interference finish. So I do appreciate that comment. And then for this one, we're going to have Shane McMahon interfering in Dustin Rhodes' match, continuing that storyline. And yeah, building towards another rematch at the pay-per-view. So it's a tainted loss. It's not going to hurt Dustin too much. And it's against Diamond Dallas Page, one of our sort of senior main eventers that's still very, very over and is more over than Dustin at the moment. After that, I think we will probably go for a Shane McMahon, Dustin Rhodes angle. And do we have... Let me do this first. But do we have an opponent for DDP? I don't think we do. Oh, we do. We have Stasiak and Jindrak. So what I'll do there... Or do I leave that one? I'm going to leave that one, and then we're going to have a pre-match angle with DDP. Actually, this one might go a little bit earlier in the show anyway. So we're going to DDP, Shane McMahon, and then we'll have Dustin Rhodes, this can probably open the show, to be honest. And then Stasiak. And that blends two storylines together, and it will lead to a tag team match next week, which I do like as well. That's risky. We're going no script to open the show. Anyway. Let's have a Johnny the Bull match. Is Johnny the Bull still unimportant? So, needs a big win. Can't really justify having Awesome lose. The thing we're lacking at the moment is a fresh mid-carder for the heels. And it's a bit of a problem because I don't really have anyone I can use to get Johnny the Bull up there. Let me do something real quick. Let me go back to the main screen. Because I do know Fit Finley, see, he's unimportant as well. But he is actually still a wrestler, so I could essentially make him active again for us. Which is something I might do. So let's do that. We'll make him back to being a wrestler as well. He's not really... Oh, he's only contracted. That's very stupid. So I essentially have to wait for his contract to run out before I can use him again. Anyway, okay, disregard that. Do we have anyone local that we can bring in? With about 35 popularity. We could go Tenta. Let's do this. Let's give him a one-night contract. We'll go like 250. He drives a hard bargain, just on John Tenta. So let's do that, and then I'm going to add a match. We're going to add him in to take on Johnny the Bull. John Tenta, there he is, literally above him. He's also considered unimportant by the fans, which is frustrating, but hopefully we'll take a little bit of popularity off of him with a decisive Johnny the Bull victory. Looks good, looks good. We also might do this, so I'll do Johnny the Bull cutting a promo onto Little Guido. We'll have Guido off screen. And we'll have Johnny rated on entertainment. That can go before his match. Then after the match, we can have... Let's have Little Guido. Let's have Tracy Smothers and John Tenta. And they can essentially just attack and beat down Johnny the Bull. Cool. I like it. So fully blooded Italians, Tenta, and they're going to attack Johnny the Bull, and that's going to be post-match. Cool. I like it. All right. Go all the way back there. That's perfect. So we need to move that after his match. Obviously, Tenta's still out in the ring after suffering the loss. So it makes sense that he would then help out fully blooded Italians. But that'll be the debut there of Tracy, or the re-debut, I guess, of Tracy Smothers. I don't know if he actually worked in WCW or not. I'm going to assume he probably did at some stage. I feel like more or less everybody did. Anyway, we move on. We need to do something for the United States. I did say I was going to do a rematch with Chavo taking on Super Crazy as well, so we'll do that one. This can actually be our high spots match as well. So gonna be a really this should probably be Steal the Show. Because it is going to be a very high quality level match. We'll probably do high spots. Yeah, we'll do high spots. And what I want to do is make sure. I think we can call this one actually. Is have a good angle before that match. So. Yes, that works out. So what I'll do before that one is I'm going to have Kanyon cutting a promo onto Booker T. And then I'm going to do a Booker T promo with Kanyon off screen a bit later on in the show. So that'll go there. Our opening angle. Grab another Booker T angle. That's off screen for Kanyon on that one. Perfect. All right. So give that one 6 minutes as well. Again, it's all just adding to the storyline and essentially giving it more heat. So that'll go pre-main event. We've got another angle, post-match angle there. Match, angle, match, angle. I can probably do an angle after with Chavo onto RVD. Have RVD actually come out and speak to him. Have a war of words about the United States title. So we'll do that one post-Chavo match. Nice. All right, what else? We need to do something with the World Tag Team titles. I honestly don't really know what we're going to do. I'm thinking we do a triple threat tag team match for the pay-per-view, for Fall Brawl. And what we'll do in relation to that is we'll use Team Canada versus Lowdown last week as one of the qualifying matches. So therefore, Lowdown are one of the tag teams in the triple threat already. So they've already qualified. We'll go with this. We'll have an angle on this show where we essentially have Palumbo and O'Hare relinquish the titles to Shane McMahon. I think that's a good way to go about it. And they say that they're going to come back bigger and better, stronger than ever. At least Chuck does. And then we're going to have 2 other qualifying matches. On this episode of Nitro, and then I think next episode of Nitro with the Go Home show, maybe culminating in a triple threat match with 3 of the singles competitors out of the tag teams. I think that's a good way to go about it. I think that's a good way. Yeah, so let's try and work out which teams we're going to do here. So we can't do Anguish because we're already using Super Crazy. We've got... See, this would have been a good opportunity for us to use Jindrak and Stasiak, but albeit we don't have them anymore. So let's work out what we're doing. Let's work it out. All right, tag team match. Tag teams. Who have we got? Young Dragons taking on I mean, I essentially could do Jindrak and Stasiak. But I think I'll do Anguish versus Jindrak and Stasiak next week. Because then we can have a, face heel divide. With this one, I think we're going to go Young Dragons taking on Gold Bond Mafia. So this one's going to get us a penalty because everybody involved, or both members of each tag team, are considered unimportant. Who's got more pop? So 27 there for Jimmy, and has 22. Let's give Jimmy the win. We'll make it decisive. Qualifying match, Young Dragons are through to the pay-per-view. I'll chuck that there. This can be our storytelling match. Actually, it can probably be our Wild Brawl, to be honest. Maybe not. We'll go storytelling with it. Fine. And then that'll be our first match, I think. Maybe not. Let's not do that. Let's not have that be our first match. Let's add some more stuff. We haven't used RVD properly in a match yet. We haven't used Bagwell. Actually, what I could do is have Bagwell distract Super Crazy during their match. And that'll... Oh, not Chavo. It needs to be Super Crazy. That'll advance their little storyline together. I've just realized that I wanted Anguish to win. But essentially, Super Crazy is going to be involved with Buff. I'm trying to think. That's kind of a bit of a bummer. Yeah, that kind of sucks. That sucks a little bit. Anyway, we'll have to work something else out. Let's have Vader take on Samoa Joe. Let's do this instead, actually. Let's have Vader team up with Kurt Hennig to take on AJ and Samoa Joe. We'll give Big Van Vader the win here. I want to keep it open because I don't want like Samoa Joe and AJ to look bad in this one, but we'll do that. That can go there. What I will do is we'll do the Shane McMahon angle here. So Shane, Chuck Palumbo, and Sean O'Hare. Triple Entertainment, and quickly copy that. We'll get rid of that. Relinquish their world tag team titles to Shane McMahon. Cool. All right. And then during that angle, Shane's gonna essentially notify everyone that the triple threat match is going to happen at the pay-per-view, and we have another qualifying match here tonight and one for next week as well. All right, what else have we got? Dream to Nightmares covered. Buff is sort of covered. We haven't really done too much of it. Team Canada I haven't done anything with yet, and the Cruiserweights I haven't done anything with. Got a little bit of time, so that's fine. Just thinking that I wanted to, I need to have a match for, someone like Shannon Moore. But I can't, because they don't have enough popularity to have a match. It makes things very difficult. Definitely makes things difficult. Everyone, more or less, is considered unimportant. Maybe just go an angle. They're terrible at entertainment though, so doesn't really work, does it? I mean, Courageous is not too bad. Did I do Courageous? What did I do last week? I don't even remember what I did for the Cruiserweights. Let's go Evan Courageous taking on Shane Helms. I know I didn't do this last week because I think Shane was in the match with Dustin. Give it 6. It doesn't need to be too long. Shane will get the win. Open script decisive. Non-title match because we obviously want to keep the title for the pay-per-view. Chuck that one there as well. This can actually be our Wild Brawl match, so I might actually chuck that after. Potentially. So we'll go like that. I want to give Vader and Hennig an angle. Kurt Hennig. So a little bit of menace for Vader, a little bit of entertainment there. And that one can have 6 minutes. We'll chuck AJ in here. We'll chuck Samoa Joe in here as well. Give everybody a little bit of success, a little bit of extra success there as well. A little bit of extra sort of promo work. Not promo work, but I guess on-screen work there for both Joe and Styles. It's looking pretty good. All right, so what's the last thing? It's Team Canada that I'm missing. So with that being said, what am I going to do for Team Canada? I think we're just going to go a tag team match. And we're going to go... I'm going to make a Team Canada 3 tag team. Copy that real quick. Add new team. And it's going to be Lance Storm and Kevin Steen. We've got Team Canada 3. Going to be a unit. And add that team there as well. And I'm essentially going to use this tag team right here to get Kevin Steen up to at least important in relation to the fans. So I'm going to do a quick little 6-minute tag team here. And we're going to have Team Canada 3 taking on... Pretty much got no one left, really, as far as legit tag teams go. So David Flair, Jason Jett, 6 minutes. And we will give Kevin the victory. We'll make it decisive, but we'll have interference on Flair by Mike Awesome. And we'll have Jet attacked by PCO. So, yeah. A lot of Team Canada getting involved to get Lance and Kevin the win. I've got 3 minutes left. I don't really think I can actually get rid of anything to actually give them an angle. Yeah, no, not really. I could maybe pull this Johnny the Bull Little Guido match, not match angle. Pull it a little bit further up the card. Let's do that. I want to move this one up slightly. Oh, perfect. All right. That looks a little bit better. At least I like to have angles breaking up matches. I don't like to have 2 matches back-to-back, 3 angles back-to-back. It doesn't have a good flow, in my opinion. But there we go. That looks good. So I'm going to have Canyon team up with Buff to take on Faces. Can take on Lash LaRue and Psychosis. I'll give Buff the win. Buff needs more wins, to be honest. Try and get him out of that morale issue that he's got. It'll be pre-show, and then I'll do a face team of Booker T and Rob Van Dam taking on... actually, they can take on Fully Blooded Italians. That'll be a good match for the pre-show. And we'll give RVD the win. Probably needs a little bit more than Booker T does at this point in time. There we go. Perfect. Let's run the show. Good looking show, actually. We start off with a 67 rated pre-show match where we have Canyon and Buff Bagwell defeating Lash LaRue and Psychosis in 11:51, and Buff Bagwell pinned Psychosis with a blockbuster. And obviously Canyon head and shoulders above everybody else in the match. Bagwell off his game, penalised due to his poor form. The second pre-show match getting us a 77 here. Booker T and Rob Van Dam defeating Fully Blooded Italians in 12:27 when Rob Van Dam pinned Tracy Smothers with a frog splash. Just a good match overall. Tracy debuts his Southern Comfort gimmick. Don't really know if that's the right gimmick for the Fully Blooded Italians, but yeah, it's an initial rating of very good, so I'm happy with it, honestly. Does give a small penalty to his star quality, though. That's fine. Very good pre-show match. All right, we then kick off Nitro with a 78 rated angle here. Everybody was unscripted, so it's actually relatively good considering that. But we essentially have DDP, Shane McMahon speaking together. And then Dustin obviously comes in. As a result of him barging into his office, Shane McMahon books Dustin in a match in the main event against Diamond Dallas Page. And then we have Stasiak come into the office as well. And he states that he wanted to get his hands on DDP. And he'll have to wait till next week, potentially. We'll get into that a bit later. Yeah, there we go. Dustin Rhodes performed poorly. He was very poor without a script to follow. We then move into a 64 rated match here. Shane Helms defeating Evan Courageous in 5:43 by pinfall with a vertebraker. That's a really good match. Really good. I'm happy with that. That's sort of just a bit of a throwaway match. Essentially because Evan's tag team partner is going to face Shane at the pay-per-view. Probably should have had him at the ring because it didn't actually advance the storyline. That's a good rating, which would have helped it. Anyway, we then move into a 65 rated angle where we have Vader and Hennig teaming up. They say they want to take on a couple of rookies here tonight, and they want to steamroll them. Obviously, Vader looking as imposing as ever. So, yeah, and Hennig, Mr. Perfect. He does what he does best. The match actually does really well. Like, I know these guys are good. They've got really good in-rings. And obviously, Hennig's very, very talented despite his age. But a 66 is a very solid match rating where we have Vader and Kurt Hennig defeating AJ Styles and Samoa Joe in 5:41 when Vader pinned Styles with a Vader bomb. Just a really good match. Hennig with very solid 72 in-ring performance there as well. So, good stuff. All right, we then go into a 50 rated angle from Johnny the Bull. He's cutting a promo onto Little Guido. Of course, wants to take on his Italian counterpart. And says he's going to beat him at the pay-per-view. We then go into a 71 rated tag team match where we have Team Canada 3 on debut, essentially, as a proper unit tag team. And they defeat David Flair and Jason Jett in 5:35 when Kevin Steen pinned Jason Jett with a package pile driver. And during the match, we also had Mike Awesome run in and attack Flair, and PCO also attack Jason Jett. Obviously, Lance Storm carrying the match, and David Flair off his game. Very good rating, though. Very good. All right, we then go into a 68 rated angle here, where we have the current World Tag Team Champions, Chuck Palumbo, Sean O'Haire. They walk into Shane McMahon's office, and Chuck slams his title down on his desk, says that he's going to be out injured for the next 9 months, and as a result of that, he doesn't want to stifle the tag team division here in WCW. Obviously, Sean O'Haire is trying to talk him out of it, trying to say that, we can stay as tag team champions, and they can find an interim sort of champion for the meantime. But Chuck he looks a bit depressed. He's not looking himself, and he just throws the title down on the table and essentially says, "Here you go, boss. I relinquish the title." And walks out. Sean O'Haire's sort of just standing there, just going, "I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening." And Shane just sort of nods and says to the camera that there will be a triple threat match to determine the new interim World Tag Team Champions at Fall Brawl. There'll be another qualifying match here tonight. Lowdown will be one of the first teams in that match, in that triple threat match. We then go into that qualifying match. It does really bad. We knew this was going to happen, but this was sort of the only way that I could actually get Young Dragons to verse somebody that was a face tag team, if that makes sense. So we have a 38 rated match here, where we have Young Dragons winning their qualifying match against Gold Bond Mafia in 531, when Jimmy Yang in Colt Cabana with a corkscrew moonsault. Obviously, these two, Gold Bond Mafia, Second City Saints, they have great chemistry together. But again, fans are turned off. People that they consider unimportant being on the actual show. Anyway, disregard that. We go straight into a 79 rated angle. We have Canyon putting a deep and dark and mysterious promo onto Booker T, saying that he's going to crush him at the pay-per-view and take what means most to Booker T, which is that World Heavyweight title. We then go into a 69 rated match here, where we have Chavo Guerrero Jr. defeating Super Crazy in 8:27 by pinfall with a brainbuster. And during the match, we also had Buff Bagwell come down to ringside and distract Super Crazy. And yeah, Chavo, Super Crazy have great chemistry when facing each other. That's a big positive. That's a really good rating, considering the in-ring performances are, they're quite a bit lower. But there we go. Great match. Chavo gets his win back. Hopefully gains a point of popularity. It's a good match for Super Crazy as well. He might gain something as a result, even though it is technically still a loss for him. We then go into a 71 rated angle following Chavo's match. He basically calls out Rob Van Dam, says that he's destined to become the United States champion, and he's going to beat him at the pay-per-view. I almost want to put a stipulation on this match. Make it like a ladder match or steel cage or something. Maybe not steel cage, but a ladder match seems like a really good idea for these two. Anyway, 71 rated angle, very happy with that. Both of them rated on entertainment as well. All right, we then go into a 52 rated match. This match was not penalized. That means Johnny the Bull is now recognizable for the fans. And he indeed defeats John Tenta in 6:28 by pinfall with a diving, spinning leg drop. Big win. Big win there for Johnny the Bull over John Tenta. 52 rated match as well. I'm happy with that. It's a lot higher than both of their in-ring performances. So Tenta got a initial rating of adequate for his gimmick. It's a marketable gimmick as well. It's a pretty good gimmick for him. I know he's only on a one appearance deal, but yeah, good showing. We then go into a 39 rated angle. This one's a bit of a stinker, but that's perfectly fine. But we have Fully Blooded Italians, Little Guido, Tracy Smothers, and John Tenta. And they just, attack Johnny the Bull post-match, beat him to a pulp, and that advances the Fully Blooded Italians storyline. So, happy with that. And there we go. We go into a 97 rated angle here for Booker T, cutting his return promo back to Canyon in reply to his one earlier. And yeah, Booker T just doing what he does best, getting those ratings for us that we desperately need to try and bump up our overall show rating, to be honest. We then go into the main event, getting us a 73 rating here, where we have Diamond Dallas Page defeating Dustin Rhodes in 15:39 by pinfall with a diamond cutter following interference from Shane McMahon. Shane, essentially the authority figure here and the owner of WCW, getting involved personally in a match, costing Dustin Rhodes the match as well. Might be pushing the boundaries a little bit there, Shane McMahon. Anyway, we'll advance and finish the show with a 74 rated angle between both Shane McMahon and Dustin Rhodes. I'm thinking I'm going to do like a hardcore match for these two for the rematch, either a street fight or a hardcore or a no DQ. Texas death match, maybe. Seeing as Dustin, I believe, is from Texas, so we'll work that out. I'll work it out off camera for next episode. Anyway, here we go. I'm hoping my face isn't going to actually block this out, because it's going to be right this way. It's going to be right there. The show rating. So hopefully, it's not blocking it. Perfect. Oh, I've done it again. That was a good show as well. That was a really good show. I had too many matches. All I had to do, I think, was lower one of the matches by 2 minutes with another angle in there, and that would have solved that problem. Anyway, I don't really care, because that was a really good show, and it really did sort of advance a lot of storylines, and then hopefully we'll check Johnny the Bull here in a second. We lost popularity in the 9 regions across the US, still gained popularity in Canada, which is perfectly fine. But the big thing is, I want to see Johnny the Bull. I want to see Johnny. Viewing figures, they're down massively. It's perfectly fine. That's something I really need. Actually, I wonder if I can change this. Let me have a look. Where is our product? I was hoping that I'd be able to change. See, like TV, it's 20% matches, 80% angles, which I find absolutely ridiculous. And that's Absurdist TV. Ours is not as bad as that. I'm just wondering, I might do it off camera and just see what I can get to bump it up to 50% matches and 50% angles on TV, sort of like a half and half. The 40-60, it's affecting me, because I like to book matches of a certain length. Maybe I have to stop doing 16-minute main events, potentially. Maybe limit them to maybe 12. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We won't worry about that too much. It's a good show. It's a good show at the end of the day. It does actually lose us popularity in the Southeast and Mid-Atlantic, although we stay at 72 across the rest of them. So it's frustrating more than anything else. It really honestly doesn't matter too much in the grand scheme of things at the moment, because we're still going to plug away and keep going. Anyway, Johnny the Bull, let's check him out. Yes. He is now recognizable by the fans, up to 36 popularity. Very nice. That's like a 2-point jump already. 3-point jump. 3 points this month alone. And then I want to look at Super Crazy as well. Still considered unimportant. Still. Maybe we run a show in the Tri-State and I just have him beat somebody. Like a Mike Awesome. Oh, Mike's got 51 in the Tri-State. Potentially someone with like a lower popularity in that region, or at least maybe closer to his level. Like a Stasia. Stasia, is he up to 46? I mean, he's on 45. I didn't realize how good his popularity actually was. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Hope you have enjoyed it. A little bit of a mess up, but overall, I think it was a really good show. And I would love to know what you guys think of the face cam here. Do you like the green screen without the background? Obviously, you pretty much have just what would you call it? A mirrored wardrobe behind me. Not exactly the best thing to look at. And I just think it looks so much cleaner. It looks real nice. I'm having a look at it now in my recording software here, and it looks great. Anyway, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take it easy.